Good morning. My name is Heidi Ellsworth, and this is Coffee Conversations from Roofers Coffee Shop. So happy to have you all here on our last Coffee Conversations of 2024 and talk about saving the best for last. That is exactly what we have today. We have Latinos in Roofing in the house, and we're going to be talking about the rich culture of Latinos and where we're going, what is happening, and what Latinos in Roofing are doing to make that happen. So before we get started, let's start with a little bit of housekeeping. This is being recorded and it will be available within 24 hours. So please be sure to share it out there, get it out into the community, because this is the kind of topics that really are game changers. Also, please know the chat is open. So please let us know who you are, where you're from, what kind of company you have. And then throughout the conversation, this is about you and about this topic. We want to hear from you. Please ask questions, make comments, send emojis, whatever works on this beautiful Thursday morning. So let's get started. The first thing, of course, that I want to do is thank ABC Supply. Has been their idea, their initiative. They have put so much into Latinos in Roofing and overall really bringing the diversity into our industry and inclusiveness. So ABC Supply, thank you so much for everything you do and for the difference that you're making. Now, to get to some wonderful introductions, my dear friend Amparo, thank you for being here today. This is so exciting.
Thank you for inviting me. It's super excited to be here.
I love it. Well, let's start with an introduction. So if you could introduce yourself and tell us about Latinos in Roofing.
My name is Amparo Sancen. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and we have a great organization with all my heart, sharing knowledge, bring the right knowledge, the right connections to my community. I'm super excited to be here.
That is great. You've done so. We're going to talk a lot about this. You've done so much for the community and for the roofing industry overall. And I am really super excited to have Jackie here. Jackie, and just like Megan Ellsworth and we have Amparo and Jackie, mother and daughter, really doing some amazing things in the industry. So Jackie, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do with Latinos in Roofing.
Well, thank you so much, Heidi, for having me here. And my name is Jackie Sancen. I am the marketing and events coordinator for Latinos in Roofing, and I'm based out of Dallas as well. And I'm basically in charge of making sure like all the events are executed properly and getting the word out there.
So great. So great. Our families have become friends. It's been very fun. And I am just so honored and so happy to have Itzel here. She is our Spanish content coordinator at Roofers Coffee Shop with the En Español initiative that we are so excited about. So Itzel, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Itzel Najera. I'm the Spanish content creator for Roofers Coffee Shop, and I'm just so excited to bring up the Spanish community and build that community more. So I'm excited to have Latinos in Roofing with us today, and let's see where we go.
That is excellent. And so we're finding so many great topics. We've really Itzel, as you have been busy getting to know everybody within the roofing industry, being at Contratista Expo. I'm excited for the discussions we're going to have today. So I just want to say thank you everybody who's on the chat and saying good morning to all of you. We are so happy to have you here, and keep it up. Keep letting us know where you're from and keep asking questions. But we're going to start with Amparo, and really this was your brainchild. You saw the need and got involved. So can you give us the history of Latinos in Roofing, how it got started, and kind of what created you and what inspired you?
You see, all these pictures talk by themselves, have my Latino community together. They inspire me because when I started this business, I was by myself. I don't, I joined a lot of English speaking events in the community, and they give me the great welcome. But when you're there, you don't see Latinos. And years ago, I have really bad situation that I lost $500,000 on one project because I don't have the right connections. I don't have a right contract, and I feel by myself. I feel alone. When I start just recover and think about that tragedy that happened to me, and I start feeling like, okay, this has happened to me because I'm by myself. What happened with my other contractors? What happened with my other people that working on this industry? That's happened to me because I was by myself. When I start thinking, if I have a group and I have like people together, I always try to work together. If either way, it's still now, if I'm on the roofing or I was a subcontractor, I try to network with more people and share my story and get together and support each other. And I think that happened to me because I'm by myself. If I was with a group and we are strong and we support each other, like that's what they do on the other market, nothing gonna happen to me, and I feel the pain on myself. And I think about if that happened to me, I can lose everything, but they don't gonna happen to anyone else that I can help and support. That's how I start growing my passion. And I'm thinking, so sometimes my family, they don't understand why I was so passionate to have the Latino community together, just because everything that happened to me, I feel so bad, and I don't want nobody else can have the same situation. That's why we join and start get connections with more Latinos and share the knowledge that I gain, bring my connection that I gained on the past with my community, and I see my dream come true. Now we are nationwide, and we help and support a lot of new companies, a lot of companies that are already in business, but they missing something. That's why I feel so passionate to see everything what they do on each business.
I mean, you see a need, and it was your own need of finding that, of, growing the community. I have to say that is exactly how I felt with National Women in Roofing. Saw the need and just wanted to bring this community together. And I think it's so important. And Jackie, you keep nodding. I love it. So when you were watching, Amparo just said, the family was kind of like, why are you so passionate about this? Tell us a little bit about your experience as Latinos in Roofing was launching.
So for me, and I will be completely honest, I thought my mom was a little bit crazy about it, just because, she was investing her own money into into Latinos in Roofing, to host the place, bring the food, all of that. And so at the beginning, we were just like, we're barely, moving stands and contracting. Why are we investing in something? And I didn't see the vision. And but slowly, as I started seeing and I started meeting the people and seeing the impact, that's where I was like, wow, it makes sense, everything that she's doing.
And tell us a little bit, I mean, today, what all, so everyone out there who's watching understands, what does Latinos in Roofing really, your trainings, all the resources, what are you doing today? What are you doing with your with the community? Amparo.
We do a lot of trainings, but when a lot of people, they ask me, what is Latinos and Roofing? And I always say, you want to know what is Latinos and Roofing? You should be there. Why? Because doesn't matter if you don't speak Spanish, we speak English, but when you see the community together, and when you see their happy faces, when you see the testimonials, when they told you, hey, I was lose everything, and I come to the trainings and I start trust on myself, and I start getting knowledge, getting support from the same people, from the same roofers. We support each other. We are not thinking about competitors. We support. When you see Latinos and Roofing is like a family. Each city that we are going, that's a matter of people, they come from another state, they feel like home, they feel like a family, and they feel like, oh my God, everything that can dream is here, just because they have the support. Sometimes maybe you don't know how to handle a job, but we're gonna find somebody can have the right knowledge to help you grow your business and help you with your dream.
Part of that is also, like you said earlier, bringing the manufacturing and the distribution industry into the Latino community. And ABC Supply, tell us a little bit about your partnership with them and how that grew.
For me, ABC Supply is bring me and open the doors that way I can do trainings on every location. They are give us the welcome. I don't have to be worried about getting sponsors, find the location, getting the food. I focus on my passion. My passion is connect with my people because I was in this industry for 14 years. 14, 15 years now. And I know a lot of people, I know they need support. They need to find a place where they can feel welcome and they can grow their business because they're already in business, but they don't have the right directions where they can buy the materials. I always say, build a relation with your supply, with your manufacturer, because we are here to help you grow your business. With the knowledge, we buy attorneys, we buy public adjusters, because I always teach them my language is like contractor, but we have the resource that we can use on the right way. Now I focus on my passion and my vision to help them grow their business. I don't have to be worried about how much I have to pay for this event. Where is the next location? Now I just make a phone call and they find me the right place where we can go.
That's great. And so it's allowed you to really grow. And I mean,
Yes.
take that to that whole next level, which is is a lot of events that you're doing and you're out there. I want to kind of come back to that because I do want to talk a little bit on a larger kind of on that bigger picture of why it's important to have Latinos in roofing. You talked about it a little bit with family, but what's going on out there in the industry with the contractors? And a big part of it too, Amparo, I'd love you to start this, is as people are Latinos are trying to start their own businesses. Right? They maybe haven't had their own businesses before, but they want to start their own businesses. And you're training, helping people to do that. Why is that? What are you seeing out in the industry, and how is this really going to change the face of roofing?
People, they're already in business. Because we're Latinos, we know how to work outside, install roofs, but we start business. And sometimes the lack of knowledge on the how handle real business, admin, how they can run in with a good technology. That's the lack of the problem sometimes. And we can help them bring the right tools. And when we see companies that are in business, and when they come to the trainings or we come to their office, when we open the doors, everything what is on the real roofing world, that is amazing. It's a huge opportunities outside, but sometimes it like a wall between, and we don't know everything that was there. I get so impressed. Everything, like example, NRCA has so many of great webinars, education, free, like OSHA has a lot of free information. Sometimes we don't know who has the information, and I feel like we are part of the bridge to bring everything that is in English, bring to Spanish community. And oh my God, I cry so many times this year just because I feel I'm in the right place. I open the doors with all of these organizations, and just because I have more time to go to be part of the NRCA, the Western State, the National Women's and Roofing. And now we're gonna work on support. IRE is a huge event. It's a huge for all the Latinos. When we see all the doors that are open for them, that made me feel so happy. But at the same time, we open all of these doors to my community, and when we see their business growing from zero to $1 million, or when they're doing $1 million and double or triple, just because they have the right connections, the right information. And that's why we always support them, because everything that happened, just because I focus now on that, just because thanks to ABC support me for the rest of the things that we need to grow these Latinos on roofing.
I love it. And we've experienced and seen the same exact thing. And so Itzel, what are you seeing as you're talking to the Latino community through Roofers Coffee Shop or En Español? There's just a lot going on. What are some of what's some of the progress that you're seeing out there, and also some of the challenges?
So one of the things I was seeing a lot was that a lot of contractors didn't feel like will be able to say like, hey, I need help. Sometimes they're like, no, I'll try to figure out myself, or I don't even know where to go. So the fact that there's places like Latinos in Roofing, or now that we have our Roofers Coffee Shop in Espanol, there's gonna be more out there for them, more to look, where to go, and they're gonna feel more comfortable in going to trustworthy organizations that absolutely are going to take care of them and not take advantage of them, how not knowing the English or not knowing certain things really affect them in the long term. So I find it fascinating how Amparo has done Latinos in Roofing just to really say like, hey, you're not alone, we can help you, let's go here, go there. And it's changed that. It really has changed that completely.
It really has. And Jackie, what have you seen? I mean, challenges as you're talking to your community, challenges that are out there right now that they are working through.
I think one of the challenges is the same thing that Itzel was saying. You know, it's like, who do I ask? Where do I go get these resources? But I think it's progressed a lot within this past year because we've been getting less of that question being asked. So I've been seeing that progress. Like they've at least seen some type of some type of group that's already helping, whether it's like a manufacturer, etc. They're already seeing a little bit, so it's not completely, that they're not seeing any help at all. But yeah, that's one of the main things that Itzel had mentioned as well.
Amparo, what are some of, when I think about topics that we're talking about when we're both at NRCA meetings and really looking at the challenges that are out there, one of the big ones is subcrew companies who are running, their own, they're running their company as a subcrew, but also then starting their own business as a contractor, kind of making some of those transitions. What are you seeing there with these companies as they are growing, and what are some of the challenges?
Well, one of the challenge is just because, and I told you on my on myself, because I was a subcontractor and I was the same situation. I started getting my business and just do both at the same time. But it's hard because we don't have the right knowledge how run a business. That's one of the problems. That's one of the problems because we know how handle. We really learn about a subcontractor. We start getting a little knowledge and we start knocking doors, or we start by referrals. But getting the right knowledge, like yesterday, we just have a training yesterday in Oklahoma. We see companies, they're on the same spot. They are between both subcontractor and open and like a company. When they see the big picture and we give you the right knowledge, and when they see, oh my God, I stopped for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years on this transition just because I don't know how to handle all the insurance process. I don't know how to handle all the administration. I don't know how to run the money. That's one of the problems because we don't know how to run the money. We need to bring the right people. When they see the big picture, their faces change and they say, oh my God, I'm stuck on this situation for so many years just because we don't know exactly what is the next step. They don't have the right contracts. It's something so important for me because that's one of my problems on the past, because I don't everything that happened to me, Haiti, on the past 15 years, that's what I start doing now. Everything that I want on the past, that's what I share to everyone. We give you the right connections, how they can help to have the right contract, we do trainings, how they can do the admin side, how like Jackie handle all the CRMs, how they can do better business, less time, just with systemize everything what they need. Right, Jackie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about that. I mean, because technology, you're training on technology, that everybody needs that.
Yeah, so that's one of the main things that we've been helping the contractors is building out a CRM, because a CRM can automate almost everything, and having a right SOP set of procedures on how to work the CRM. So that's one of the things that we've been helping really is, how to have an SOP, a standard of procedures. What if your admin has to miss that day or she has to leave? How are you going to replace her? If you have a good standard of procedures, then no one will have that issue. So that's something that we've been moving forward, just because we've been seeing that challenge between small companies and large companies, that they need a good standard of procedures in order to continue growing.
Yeah. And I kind of want to go back because it was really interesting on Amparo what you're saying about subcrews too, because there is this huge labor shortage and the industry has really come to depend on strong quality subcrews providing the labor. What do you see for that in the future? Is that as you're talking to the contractors, or there's some contractors who are like, I don't want to deal with sales, I don't want to deal with insurance, because they're in high demand, strong crews. What are you seeing with kind of that deciding on what kind of business model that you want to have?
That's one of the things that we start helping subcontractors, because if they're in business and that's what they want to do. A lot of subcontractors, they are so happy be subcontractors, but they come to us just because they want a little bit more directions how they can really grow the subcontractor side, and we support them with the right contracts, because that's one of the problems that I know that happened to me, that happened to them, and help them and get the directions to get trainings. If they get better, they have to train and invest on their crews. They gonna have huge opportunity just because they can present by themselves. That's one of the problems. A lot of the subcontractors, they just call the office. Hey, do you have a job? No, that's not the right way. You have to have like a resume. You have to have like a business plan to start getting more jobs on the better companies with everything that you need. Hey, if you need me, I'm here. I'm certified with all of these trainings, with different like shingles, metal, commercial, TPO, flats. They have to have certifications, and that's something that we are helping to get right trainings, right certifications. That way they can provide better service, better quality. That's one of the things that we push all the companies. They are getting on in the business now, but they still sub, or they know people, their own subcontractors. They have to invest on them and get training, be better. That way, that's the only reason they're gonna be different from the other companies or the other subcontractors. Training, that's one of the things that we always invite them to get training certified for everyone.
Let's talk about that a little bit too, because getting training, and I realize a majority of the Latino community is also bilingual, but being able to get training in your first language, right, to be able to understand that, and developing those partnerships with companies like ABC Supply, with the manufacturers out there. What doors have you seen opening since you started Latinos in Roofing, with really, because I know I've seen a lot of changes in the last 2 years of the manufacturers offering certifications and training in Spanish. What are you seeing there?
Well, I'm thinking so. That's what you say. We really see open a lot of opportunities, because if that picture did say a lot of good things, all of these members that come to this training, maybe one person on the whole team, they don't understand right English. 95% of the attendants, they are bilingual. Maybe they are first generation, second generation, but they are here together. They feel part of the Latino community, because that's how they grow on their homes, like feel with the same culture. Maybe they're perfect English, but they feel feel like a home when we have these type of trainings. We see everything that we start at the beginning that was really hard. I cried so many times. I feel like, oh my God, what I'm doing, because at the beginning we don't make money. We just do everything, and I just invest everything on my dream. This is my passion, like my hobby. And you have hobbies so expensive. For me, that was like, this is something I want to see on my community. And now with this picture, say like, oh my God, everything that I sacrificed, that's worth it. Why?
Yeah.
Because I see all the manufacturers, the suppliers, they already have the organizations, the distributions, they already have more passion with the Latinos because we are together. We make a lot of noise. Now they translate the information in Spanish just because they want to make them feel, hey, you're part of my community. You're part of my trainings. You're part of my store. When they come and they see in Spanish, they feel like, oh, they care about us. They feel like
Yeah.
they are given the welcome. And we see all of these changes. Now we see they translate in Spanish, like NRCA have some beautiful trainings. And IRE, they already working so hard to have almost
Yeah.
everything on Spanish. Last year, I make a video when you register, they're in the Spanish. That means everything that I sacrificed at the beginning, that's the price. That's worth it. We see the results.
Really, it really is. I mean, when I think about even like Western states, one year to the next, with the beauty of diversity and how many Latinos were at Western states, it was, I mean, it was just, you could see it. And it was so fun, and so special. We're seeing this on on the coffee shops. We're doing a lot of translation, a lot of manufacturers. What are you, I mean, when we're talking about the content that's coming in from the manufacturers, what are some of the things that you're seeing?
Seeing a little bit of everything, like how to work with technology, where to go to get resources. There's just so many information out there that like contractors don't know, or how to even start. So the things that I've been translating a lot has been like even how to be a great leader, like for your company. Like where do you start from there? How do you motivate your team from being here to going to the very top? So it's just nice that has been an expansion within the Latinos where we're getting out there and being seen and being heard and getting our needs taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing that rise, and it is definitely, I mean, you just see it everywhere. And so let's talk a little bit. I mean, Amparo and Jackie, in fact, when you're talking about IRE, there have been total change. You now registration is bilingual. You go there as bilingual. There are so many events, your classes. What are some of the things you're seeing, Jackie?
So I'm seeing also a lot of areas specifically for Latinos where Latinos can feel welcomed as well, and a lot of other organizations that are like DEI, just welcoming spaces that are welcoming the Latinos. Also, I've noticed that there's multiple speakers that are going to be speaking in Spanish as well at IRE. So I think those are really good initiatives that IRE is doing as well. And they're also, I think, creating a group specifically targeting and helping the growth for Latinos at IRE.
And we had a question come in. As we're kind of looking at, I've seen Amparo Latinos in Roofing has been so involved with NRCA, and that includes getting involved with the advocacy of immigration and all of those things that are going on. What are some of the things that you're seeing kind of in the future for some of those challenges around labor, immigration, those kind of things that Latinos in Roofing is kind of helping and working with NRC on? How is all that kind of working?
Well, I know it's gonna be a lot of changes, but one of the things that I always told everyone is changes is coming. Changes is coming, but now we have to be focused on grow our business. We have to be put all our energy. What I'm gonna do for the next year? We have to start worrying about now these few weeks until we end the year. How we gonna? What is strategy that I have to use next year if this happen or this happen? No matter what happened, we can lose our focus. We have to be focused on our business. What strategies I'm gonna use to target and get more money and sell more roofs and take care more of homeowners? That's our goal. take care the homeowners. At the same time, we will make more money. If we focus on other problems, we will lose our focus. We will lose our opportunity to grow our business. Sometimes, Haiti, I see this on the past month. We can do for the right or the left, but either way, we can make any changes. If we worry too much for the right or the left, we lost our target, we lost our focus, and at the same time, we're gonna lose the opportunities in front of us. Right now, I just share with everyone, let's focus on the business. Let's make it work. Let's knock in so many other doors and get our huge opportunity, because this is the time you can grow your business. Why? Because a lot of people is going to start worrying for problems, but it is still coming. But how you can handle the problems, just focus on work and make this country better with our service, with our community, helping more homeowners. That's my recommendation. Get focused on your business. If you worry too much about other problems, we can handle. When that come, we will find the solutions.
You know, I think, and it's just like what we just talked about earlier, right? There is a huge demand, and the work ethic, the culture of the Latino community is in high demand. I mean, in high demand when it comes to labor and crews and businesses and starting their own businesses and growing their own businesses. And so you're right. I mean, it is a very opportunistic time right now,
Because
overall.
That's exactly what happened at COVID. We don't know what's coming. We get in the middle of nowhere, and all the companies, we like example, or we focus on work. We focus on bring the service that my community needs. That's when we connect with a lot of Latinos on the 2020. But if we was so worried, we see companies, they get depressions, they lose their business because they was thinking on the future and they can control. And at the same time, they lose the opportunity to double their business just because they if we start thinking too much on problem that is not on our hands, we get on depression, we're gonna lose our vision, and we can lose everything at the same time just because we lose our opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. That's so well said. That is so well said. So we have another question, and this is going to kind of lead us into, I want to kind of talk about what 2025 looks like and how you Latinos in Roofing is moving around the country. And the question came in is, when are you coming to San Diego, California? So Jackie, how does that, how are you making your decisions on where you go? How can people get involved to find out more on how to attend and be a part of Latinos in Roofing?
Yeah, so our goal for next year is almost to hit almost every single state. And but it's gonna, like, when people make requests, that's when we realize, like, we do have to pay attention to, like, California, to these states. And so we are planning out the calendar, which it's gonna look like a pretty dense calendar for 2025. And it should be out shortly later this month. That is the plan. And they can find it at latinosenroofing.net and the section Entrenamientos, which that will have all our calendar. We are going to try to update the whole 2025, and our plan is to hit a good amount of states that will make it very accessible for surrounding states, even if we won't be able to hit all the states, but very much an area where, it can be a 3-hour drive. Like, we were in Oklahoma yesterday, and we got a good amount. We realized Oklahoma was a good point for people from Missouri, people from Tennessee, more likely than even Dallas, just because Dallas is still 3 hours away. So we realized Oklahoma would be a really good state to have other surrounding states to make it accessible as well for them to come.
Yeah. So Gabrielle is advocating right now for San Diego, which, who doesn't want to go to San Diego? What a great place to work. And then we also have Luisa saying New Mexico, please. So you got some folks out there who are already trying to advocate. I know, Itzel, you want New Mexico, right?
Yes, you guys can come visit me over here.
Okay. No, and those states, we're putting it on our radar, and we're gonna do our best to really plan out and have a good amount of states for the next year. It's gonna be busy. We already started looking at some cities, but we're excited.
Now let's talk a little bit about, so you go into the States, you're going to have your training, right? And so, and like you said, I love it, 3 hours, think about just driving and getting everybody in there, building that community. But you're also doing some one-on-one work, and especially, and I want to kind of go back to this, Jackie, around the CRM tools, around getting your SOPs in place. So as contractors are thinking about this for 2025, how do they kind of connect that way? How can they start adding that to their plans for next year?
Yeah, so one of the things that we do is we do one-on-one with companies, and we look at their strength and their weaknesses. We figure out their budgets, and that's where we come in and recommend different CRMs. There's a bunch of CRMs, Roofer, JobNumbers, AccuLinks, and we really try to look what's going to work for them. Every company is different. All their needs are different. Sometimes their daughter is the ones that are helping them, or they're a much larger company. So we do an analysis and see what's going to help them, what CRM is going to work for them based on their needs, how much technology, how much hands-on it's going to be for them. And so that's what we end up doing with them and we try to automate their CRM in order to work efficiently. So those are the things that we're doing right now currently with one-on-one trainings.
Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. That's a lot. So, okay, I think there's a lot of companies, businesses out there on all levels, manufacturing, distribution, contracting, that want to be involved, right? They want to be inclusive. They want to do the right things. They want to bring, everybody in. Um, Amparo, one of the questions that I always got with National Women in Roofing was, well, how do we hire more women? How do we get more women involved with our organization? I was like, understand what their needs are, because women's needs are different sometimes, or understand the culture from where they're coming from. But a lot of people are saying, how can I do more as a company, manufacturer, contractor, distributor, to engage and support and rise and grow the Latino community? What are some of your recommendations to the industry overall on what we should be doing better?
Well, I'm thinking so they already start doing really good because they already launched their own site in Espanol. They already
Hmm.
have a lot of on their trainings in Espanol. They already hiring. One of the things that I like and I always recommend, hiring Latino in your business. Hire a Latino in your business. Like that's exactly why you did it. You hire a Latina in your business because she know exactly the language, she know the culture, and she gonna engage with the community. That's exactly what I recommend. Hiring a Latinos. Why? Because when they get in the business, when they open the doors, they're gonna order material. When they have a questions, they are speaking the same language. It's gonna be open their mind, like, okay, this is the place. This I make the connections with them. They already start doing. If you're done hiring Latinos yet, is the time to hire people, Latinos, because for the 2025, it's gonna be a huge movement about the Latinos community because now they know they care about them, and that's my recommendation. And hiring people from high school, hiring people from the college. That's a huge opportunity that I see. New people, you training with your own vision, your mission and your values, and that's the loyal people you can have on your business. Why? Because they're gonna promote all your values to the community and make them feel comfortable and make them engage with your company.
Yeah, and when as you're talking about it too, and we had some comments in here, and I love it. And you were like, hire Latinas in women across the board, right? But I think there is a special, like you just said it, it was so perfect. I want to hit on that again, is having women in the roofing, working with the teams, working out on the roofs and stuff. It brings such a cultural fit and respect.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
We see a lot of the roofers, they come to the trainings. Like example, we have like yesterday we have two testimonials. These women's They are not on the roofing. They're housewife. They work, they are home, and they watching us on Facebook. And that's how they bring their husband to the gain more knowledge, get more training. They bring them to Latinos and Roofing because they see a huge opportunity. And that's how they start getting involved on their business. Now they are in the business. Why? Because they see, oh my God, if I'm at home, my kids are old, I can help my husband. I can help running the phone calls. I can help with a lot of things, order material,
Right.
collecting the checks. They can bring material. They can run the cruise. That's why we see a lot of women. They see their opportunity with their husbands. They involve their kids, their daughters. Oh, she's really good on the computer. She can help me with the technology, with the applications. That's how we see the family, the Latino culture start involving their wives, and they start getting in the business, and they involve their kids, son and daughters. They get in the business. When they, so one of the things that yesterday I hear, one of their sons, their engineer, he's almost finished the career. He say, oh, that's no opportunity for me because I'm going to get my degree. But when they see the huge opportunity for their kids, for himself, bring their other brothers, bring their friends on the business, and when they don't think, oh, roofing is just outside. That's what my daughter thinks at the beginning. Roofing is gonna be working outside, pick up trash, just check the places. That's not the thing. Roofing is a huge opportunity in admin, marketing, technology. They have a different they open different doors. They can work in the business, and that's how we see now their kids, their women, they helping grow their business because they have a different vision, because their husband was a roofer. They want to be on the roof. They want to just throw trash or pick up material. They have a different vision. That's how we just invite everyone, hiring a woman. Invite your wife or your sister or your friends. Woman's gonna help you get good balance on your business.
Like, it's so inspiring. Everybody's like, Lorna's on here, love this. We're hearing all kinds of stuff. I think it's just so true when and I love the family aspect, right? We hire family, and we believe in it at the coffee shops, and I think it is so important. Jackie, I want to talk just a little bit along this lines of, the next generation. So you are really coming in as that next generation and making your own relationships and your own friendships, like you and Megan and you and Itzel, and you guys are, so there's just like this excitement. It really feels like in the roofing industry with this next generation and bringing them all together. What are you seeing, and what are some of your recommendations on for the industry to get not only the Latino community but the next generation, right? The young, up and coming, involved and really working together.
Yeah, so one of the things is a lot of people even mention it, my generation is very completely different. And sometimes I get comments where I worry about this generation. But one thing I think is we can get a lot of people to guide this generation, because this generation has a lot of ideas, good ideas, and a lot of things that they could support. It's just really having that guidance. And that's what I've been seeing a lot of my generation slowly starting getting involved. But a lot of them I get some calls and they're like, how can I get my daughter involved? I want my daughter to get involved. I'm like, bring them to the trainings, bring them to our office, because our office is filled with young generation. And that's the thing, is because the younger generation can do things much quicker. It does take some time, to like, teach them your values, teach them your mission. And the younger generation, my generation, really is passionate about that. A lot, I've even gotten comments from people that, that work here. They're like, they get so much gratifications hearing the contractors, how happy at the end of the day they let them know, wow, you really helped me. You helped me with the supplement. You helped me guide me with this insurance. And so with this claim, with this homeowner, helping them with certain situations, and they get so much gratifications of like, wow, I'm helping them. So this generation is just really setting, what's my vision, what's my mission in this company, making them fall in love with what you're doing. And this generation will work just as hard as well to support that as well. It's just, you have to really teach them that what they're doing is adding value. And I think that's what my generation sometimes, I have a couple of friends that, have some corporate jobs, and they're like, I don't like my job because they don't see a value what they're going like, they're like, I just do a repetitive thing every single day. I'm on the phone with people that are angry at me sometimes. And so this generation, you have to teach them what their purpose is as well, and that they're actually doing and making an impact. And it's not just something that, that they're here for their weekly salary. It's something that they're adding value as well.
Yeah, some passion. Itzel, you are nodding. What add to that?
No, I agree. I feel like everybody has like a role within the same family. Like the father goes out to work, the mom probably sends checks to his colleagues to pay them, and then like the daughter would be running their social media. I think social media has been really huge into bringing up businesses, or even knowing like, hey, there's this group on Facebook where I could join that I can help me. Like my dad had a question about this, and me like, hey dad, like you said, like come over here, let's go over here and let's see how they can help us. I completely agree. There's so many places we can go, how to connect, and everybody has like a little role that really plays and puts it all together at the end of the day.
Let's talk a little bit about the power of social media. So Itzel, you run our social media with Jessica, and we, it's constant. What are you seeing with the interaction and kind of if there's differences, or I just know Amparo is like the queen here of social media, but Itzel, start with kind of what you're seeing, and then I want to hear from everybody.
Yeah, so social media has made like a really big impact within companies. So the fact that there is like articles that we share like on Roofers Coffee Shop, articles on, hey, this distribution's here, or hey, there's this training out here like we're kind of doing today. And putting it out there just really shows that there is an actual need, that we are really resolving that problem, that like, hey, how do you get in contact? How do you do a contract? Where do you go to get more employees? And we just, hey, there's information out there, and that really grows, and we really connect with everybody else. Like, hey, what else do you want to know? Like, want to know about AI? Let me find who's the expert on AI. So there's a lot where you could just go and learn from through social.
It's really true. So Amparo, you have done such amazing. In fact, Lorna just said you're amazing at social media. I agree 100%. How is that working for you, and how is that such a vital part of the growth of Latinos in roofing?
I think so. The social media is the key for the grow Latinos, because I love taking pictures always. Always taking pictures. I love social media since I remember start Facebook or the other program. But for me, social media is everything. If you want to grow your business, you have to be in social media. You want to share something or retain somebody on your program, social media is the key.
It really is. Jackie, what are your most popular social medias?
Social media wise, it would be TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are right now the most popular. I've gotten good compliments as well on the newsletter, reminder of events, but mainly TikTok, just because I realized people like to scroll and they like quick video information. And so that's one of the things that has really benefited us, is that people really like, a quick video. Nowadays everyone wants everything really fast. So that's what we've been trying to adapt, give them a 10-second good amount of information, a little bit of the 10 seconds of what they would receive at a training with us. And so right now I would say TikTok, just because it's quick information that people want to hear.
You did, I know you all told me, I think I heard this at an NRCA meeting, but that you did a live TikTok and had 400 people on that. I just was blown away. How did that work?
So when it comes to TikTok, you go on live, and a lot of people, as long as they're scrolling, they'll get, and if they follow you, or it's along the same, if it's in the roofing industry, you'll get a couple of people that are in the same industry. And people really like that because live, they can hear it kind of like a podcast, but live right there and then, and really easily, while they're scrolling. And they like to interact as well. So they're able to like comment any questions in the comment section, react, follow, look at your other videos. So we've seen really, like yesterday we had our training in Oklahoma. We put that on live, and we also got like 400 viewers as well. But it's because people want, if they can't make it to Oklahoma, they want to at least, get a little bit, whether, maybe they're driving, they can put it and they can hear it. Maybe they're not interacting inside, but they just want that easy access.
So that's really important too, for everyone out there listening to this, to follow Latinos in Roofing on TikTok, to follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and there was one more you said, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok?
And yeah, and LinkedIn as well.
And LinkedIn. We're finding the same thing. We have found, and different groups, like different mediums, right? We find a lot of the business owners on LinkedIn. We find more, probably a little older generation, but on Facebook, and then now TikTok and Instagram just growing. So Amparo,
And now TikTok engage with all the ages. Now you can see kids, you can have adults, you can have people there on the roofing industry. They're adults. They're looking for some other information. They want to join the TikTok all the time. They take a break. That's how people engage more with TikTok now. Is the #1 platform.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast it's growing.
You see the results. We was at Western State, and I did it a couple of TikTok lives, and some of the attendants, they came and say, "Oh, I see you on TikTok. I see you on TikTok," and I get like, "Oh, TikTok's working better."
Yeah. We are on TikTok, and we are going there, right, Itzel? We are, because you got to go where the people are, and that live, that moment right there is key. So I would recommend everybody follow on Latinos in Roofing and Amparo and Jackie. I have you guys all on social media. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that are coming up, because I can't believe it. This hour has just flown by. But I do want to talk a little bit about National Women in Roofing. And I know Amparo and Jackie and Itzel, and we have Lorna on here. There is a council for Latinas within roofing, and it's virtual. So for everyone who's out there who's listening, that is a great way to connect across country also with you. And you have all been very involved. You're actually going to be speaking at National Women in Roofing. What has been some of your involvement both with the council and going to National Women in Roofing Day, Amparo, that you would like people to know about?
Well, I love the National Women in Roofing. It's for women. I love the roundtables. We can share our experience, or we can share our problems. Somebody on that roundtable will have you support and really pass the same situation, and you find the solution. I see on this past year, I was on 3 different roundtables with the National Women in Roofing, and we see the great impact on the Latinas and not Latinas, on the women, all the women, on this huge opportunity to share the knowledge, and with another woman, they know why you struggle, because women talk.
We talk. We talk a lot. But you also have Jackie, talk a little bit about this. You have International IRE, where Amparo is speaking. Talk to us about some of the events coming up for you in 2025.
Yeah, so Amparo will be speaking at 8:30 on Friday, the 21st at IRE. So she will have her own breakout section as well. And she will also be at National Women in Roofing, which is the 16th and the 17th. And so the official dates, though, for 2025, any other trainings, they're still to come as well.
And you'll also be in and out of the ABC booth, right, on the show floor. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can see that here, booth 16061. So I mean, that's going to be great. And then you have some other I was supposed to, again, I got so excited with so much talking, but I would love Amparo, for you to just share in Spanish some of the things that are coming up, both with IRE, all of these events, just so we have a little bit of your beautiful Spanish out there too. So.
Bueno, pues los esperamos a todas las latinas que nos acompañen al evento del Día de Mujeres, el National Women's Day, que vamos a estar días antes del IRE y vamos a estar hablando contenido que es de mujeres, que nosotros necesitamos entendernos. La verdad que hemos encontrado un resultado excelente. Me encanta las roundtables. Y en IRE vamos a estar hablando también y bien emocionados porque este año va a ser en San Antonio. Vamos a tener una lista de speakers en español. Va a haber muchísimo movimiento en español. Estamos creando un espacio completamente en español para todos ustedes que se sientan como en casa.
Awesome. That is so great. And so check out all of these events and make sure you, so before we go too fast, Jackie, let's talk about the university, Latinos in Roofing University. What is this?
So recently, I think in August, we launched the Latinos in Roofing University. And so we have recorded trainings, the insurance process, how to, the right context, lawyers, our recommendations, public adjusters, all in one platform, as well as Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have trainings as well for door to door. And this is what helps keep the companies accountable. And then we also have like a couple of one-on-ones every 2 to 3 weeks with them and just seeing, okay, how are the tools working? What do you need from us to continue that growth and keeping them really accountable every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think that's been the biggest game changer as well. And then in January, Paro will also be launching Lanza tu Negocio, which is Launch Your Business, a part of the university program, which is exactly how to create your SOP, how to structure your company, how to start 2025 strong.
So all the things we've been talking about, you've put them right there into a university where everybody can get them. That's awesome. How do just website, where do they go to start getting involved with the university?
It's Latinos En Roofing university.com, and right there it gives all the information that the university has and the package that, once they become a member of the university, all the privileges that they get as well.
Great. That's great. And Itzel, I wanted to be sure to mention en español on Roofers Coffee Shop. So maybe in Spanish, you can invite everyone to also visit en español.
Yes, so vengan a visitarnos en IRB. Vamos a tener en el Roofers Coffee Shop en español para que puedan ir a saludarme y conocer a más gente. So ahí los espero. Estoy muy agradecida con todos los que están aquí el día de hoy.
Yeah, so many places. And again, registration for National Women in Roofing is happening right now, where you can see Amparo speak, also for IRE. Also, we can't forget, Amparo, you and I are both on the DEI committee with NRCA, and they have the Empower All reception at IRE, which is also sponsored by Latinos in Roofing.
Last year was amazing. Amazing. We see a lot of Latinos. They are so happy. Everything what we do on the Latinos en Roofing University is with my heart, and everything that I was worried and I wanted on the past years ago. This is what I wanted. This is what we share now. I want somebody help me, hold my hands and take me with the right directions, show me, hey, this is the right way. The trainings, for me, trainings Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is something that we needed, because that's how you keep you motivated.
Yeah, it's so true. I am so inspired right now. This has just been so great. And, I just want to say thank you to ABC Supply. I know we talked about this at the beginning, but it really takes the leadership of these large distribution, manufacturing, our industry overall, to really put the power behind it. So I just want to say thank you to ABC Supply for doing that. Amparo, last thoughts.
Well, never think never have to be worried about where I can ask in this question. We open our doors, we open really our heart to all the Latino community to ask in any simple question that we can help you grow your business. We're gonna make you so happy to see success this business.
So true. Jackie, any last thoughts?
Yeah, just that, to not be scared to reach out. I'm always like, I always let them know if they call me, I will, if I don't answer, I'll give them a call back as well. And if anything, however I can help, I'm here to help as well.
That's great. And Itzel?
Well, just thank you everybody who's been here. I think we're growing as a community and let's keep it as a family. So thank you.
Join us. Yeah, join us and join Itzel. She's going to be doing podcasts. You're going to be hearing those. Our whole en Espanol, Latinos in Roofing. Be sure to get involved with that in 2025. And you can find all of this information on Roofers Coffee Shop on the ABC Supply directory. You can find information about Latinos in Roofing, what's happening, and Latinos in Roofing have their own directory on Roofers Coffee Shop too, where you can get all this information, and we'll keep it updated with dates. So I want to say thank you again. You guys, amazing. I'm inspired as always by you. And we'll be seeing each other in the new year at National Women in Roofing and IRE.
Yeah,
So,
thank you for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for listening. This is our last coffee conversations for 2024. I can't believe it. Happy holidays to all of you from all of us. We are so thankful for you and thankful for this amazing industry that we have. So we will be back the second week of 2025 with another coffee conversations and a new season. So take care. Have a great holiday season. We'll see you all next time.